I took a trip to a town called Silent Hill. Instead of taking my car, I abandoned it to take a hike down the ominous trail, covered in fog. Once I made it into town, I followed one of the residents back to their home. They tried to kill me, so I had to defend myself. You might be thinking I'm crazy for staying at the town after that. However, I'm not crazy, because I got a letter from my dead wife telling me to come into town to find her. I met a couple of interesting characters while looking around town. A fat boy named Eddie.
I didn't do it, I swear.
A lady named Angela.
Are you afraid?
And let's just call him Pyramid Head. I also found a little girl named Laura. She figured out I didn't love my wife.
You didn't love Mary anyway.
What? Hey, wait!
So I chased her into Rosewater Park. At that park, I met a promiscuous woman named Maria. She took me on a date to her special place.
Come on, don't give me that look.
I felt Maria trying to get closer, but thankfully, I heard screaming from the theater. I separated from Maria, only to see Eddie alone with a little girl. I thought about asking Eddie about what he was going to do with her, but I wasn't entirely innocent. I chased Laura all the way to the hospital. Thanks to Pyramid Head, I was finally able to catch up to Laura. I tried my best to be nice to her, but that bitch locked me in a room with a thing. This made me glad Mary was murdered before we had kids. I was glad to see Maria, as she caught up to me in the hospital. So did Pyramid Head. I felt bad that I lost Maria. Then I got pissed off when I saw Laura. I chased her through town, which led me to Rosewater Park again. That's where I found Angela, again.
Are you feeling better?
Don't touch me!
Angela had a bit of an episode, then ran off. I dug up a box with a key inside and a letter praying for me. I had to run a mile to get to the Historical Society building. I had to run another mile down the tunnel to get underground. I jumped down a dark hole, only to find Eddie. I don't know how he even found his way down there. He pointed his gun at me, so that sealed his fate.
I was just joking.
In my pursuit of Eddie,
I hear the sound of a woman screaming!
it was Angela.
No, please.
This time, she revealed her father. I would have freaked out too if that abomination was related to me. Even though I put the father down, I understood her trauma wasn't over. I did not understand why she had to throw me under the bus about Mary.
You didn't want her around anymore.
I went further into the labyrinth to find Maria. She gaslit me into thinking nothing happened to her.
James, what are you talking about?
At that moment, I thought, maybe I should have used that noose. I found the great knife that the Pyramid Head held to see how it felt. I hated dragging that thing, but there was a sense of fear it brought, and it felt great. I found Eddie during his mental breakdown.
Fat, disgusting piece of shit, you make me sick.
I pounded his ass with my pipe. I looked down at my hands, almost feeling sorry for the guy. Then I remembered it was my destiny to put him in his grave. I took a peaceful trip to the Lakeview Hotel. I explored the hotel for my nostalgia. Then Laura ruined it.
Did I scare you?
However, I gave up being pissed off at her. After all, she was probably right to hate me. She had a letter to give me from Mary.
It's empty.
I didn't take it.
As usual, she ran off. After playing with the music box in a lobby, I went up to the hotel room where I can sit down and enjoy my tape. It felt great. Getting that secret off my chest. Laura confronted me about it.
I hate you! I hate you! I hate you!
Then she ran off. Again.
James!
I got a call from Mary through the radio.
Mary?
I stopped questioning my sanity. I ran into Angela one last time.
Mama!
She had such high hopes that she would rest in peace, but she knew she had to jump into the grave alone. I found Maria again. I was glad I ran into the Pyramid Heads because I needed to face my guilt.
I don't need you anymore.
They knew they couldn't scare me anymore, so they did the thing to themselves. After facing my truth, I went into the light to find Mary. She wanted to love me forever, but I knew it wasn't my Mary.
No.
Shut up!
Maria went through all the trouble to get me to Silent Hill just to punish me for being a naughty boy. I laid her out and had her beg.
James.
I shot her in the head, which made me feel so much better about Mary.
Mary.
I decided to forgive myself. As an adult with a shred of morality, I took Laura with me out of town. I wasn't even sure if my car was working at that point, but I knew I needed to start my life over with a clean slate. There is one more thing I forgot to tell you. Mary's body was in a car the whole time.